Yo, CTL, baby. We back in the building with a nice, good edition one for you today. We got a special guest for y'all today. We got that boy Buck Savage in the building. We got that boy Lamin Barrel Sambuse in the building. We got that boy Lago Survive in the building. We got that boy Ego, Black man. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that's him.
What up, there, E?
Got E in the building.
Hey, so quote of the day is to change your mood or mental state, one must change your vibration.
One more.
Yeah.
To change your mood. To change your mood or mental state, one must change your vibration.
Oh, got to raise your vibration level of frequency up. You got to vibrate on a positive, a more high note.
Yeah.
That's
a good one now.
What that mean, man? You got to do a lot with that, though. Change your environment, change your surroundings, a lot of stuff. Change your whole mind thinking. That's a good one, my brother.
Yeah.
It's a great one for the day.
When you think about it, sometimes we look at the outside and we want to change the outside, but it all starts in the vibration of yourself. So you hold the key to everything. Be the cause.
Facts.
Get up and move. Get some sunlight.
Well, yeah, man. We waiting on a special guy to tap in. This nigga been late his whole life. But whenever he tap in, he'll tap in, man. But how y'all boys doing today, man? Everything good, y'all with?
Yes, sir. Good day.
It's the summertime, baby.
Facts.
Will Smith, summertime.
So we ain't come to y'all with the phone this morning. We on a little different platform right now, doing a little recording. A special guest coming in a second. There you go. We introduce him.
There he go.
There he is.
There he is. Go ahead and introduce him.
Down with it. What up with it? We got that boy Blue in the building, special guest in the building, Alfred Blue, matter of fact, aka Cheese.
Hey man, I was ready yesterday. Go. Shit, man.
Let him know, Cheese.
Go running them home, man. I know it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. What's good, y'all boy? Man, I used to y'all boy look like almost a decade. It's been a decade, huh?
Nah, yeah.
I ain't see you in about 10. I know I ain't seen you in about 10. It's been a decade. Good seeing you though, brother. Good seeing you.
Nah, definitely.
Good boy, man. All y'all boys looking good out there, man. I can't get rid of my roommate, you heard me?
Hey,
I'm like Pest, you hear me?
We should have been alive, bro.
I'm that mosquito, you know, that stay on the wall. You niggas can't get rid of me, man. Nah, that's my brother though, man. Me and Blue always tap in though, man. You know, we right there though. We the bottom boys, so we closer.
Yeah,
we're a little closer than everybody, you know. But we're gonna get everybody get together soon though, you know what I'm saying? So we get chop it down for real.
Most definitely, man. We gotta get together, do this in person, smoke some cigars, you know. I know he on them cigars. Got cigars, huh? Sit back and catch up, talk, you know.
Man,
like me told me what y'all boys doing. I just wanted to come on and bless y'all right quick, man. Check in with y'all.
I like the Peloton in the back too, Blue. I know.
It's that for sure, man. It's that for sure, man. I'm riding that shit, man. I might get I get on there every blue.
This nigga can't ride a real bike, though. Like, I knew he ain't touching that bitch.
See, hey, I don't know what it is, though. I can't fuck with that heat no more, son. I don't know how I did 2 days. I don't know how I did none of that shit.
Man,
I get that every time I do.
That heat different.
I'm like one sweat, I gotta go get that AC, dog.
Never mind.
It's called age, though. We ain't built for that type of shit anymore.
Yeah, it definitely age, man. A lot of shit didn't change as you get older. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch health, weight, all type of shit nowadays.
Facts.
Yeah, that shit get bigger and bigger, man. I ain't even realized, man. I seen something the other day. Your boy that played in the NBA, little short one, Nate Robinson.
Nate Robinson.
Yeah, he's sick. He got
Kidney
kidney
failure.
failure.
Yeah, I'm still dealing with that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter if you're playing or not. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't eating the right shit, you ain't putting that right shit in your body. And you know they used to say that shit back in the day. Your body is your temple. Yeah, when you get older, you start to realize that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is you drinking all right there? Like you got a little benefit on that juice. You know what I mean?
I'm about to say.
Juice, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On that YouTube, they say that's good for your blood pressure, man. That running my family, blood pressure, diabetes, sugar, all that shit. So, you know, I'm trying to get a hand on that shit now. I just turned 33, so I'm just trying to make sure I ain't taking no pills and sticking myself in my stomach, you feel me?
For sure.
Right, for sure.
All right, but
Congrats,
before you
dog.
get deep into that though, bro, we got some questions for you. Feel me? We gonna you know what I'm saying, introduce you. You know, we already introduced you. You feel me? If y'all don't know this Alfred Blue, aka Cheese. But we're gonna go ahead and do it like a background check. You feel me? Like shit, tell the people where you from. How was your life growing up in Louisiana? You feel me? Where you play your high school football at?
Well, you already said I'm Alfred Blue. I grew up Booty, Louisiana. Always been representing that boot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for people to understand, if you ever flew into New Orleans, I'm probably like 15 minutes west of the airport, the Kennedy Airport in New Orleans. So it's right there, you know, fairly. So I grew up right here in a little small town with a single mom. All my family is kind of like congested in this one little area. Grandmother group was right across the street. Her sister right across the street. My mom lived right next door to her sister. My other aunt lived down the street. So, you know, I grew up with a big group of cousins, probably like 13 boys that was like one or two years apart. You know what I'm saying? I got one uncle that got like 9 boys. Nigga had 9 boys out there. So, you know, we grew up close-knit like brothers. You know, sports was always a thing, you know, just coming out of a poverty area for young black men. So, you know, it just kind of like, you know, playing throw up tackle in the neighborhood, throw up tackle in the grass, you know what I'm saying, running around, playing basketball, street ball and shit like that. So, you know, as time went on, you know, I started seeing like I had that difference level, you know, in the football, you know what I'm saying? I was always faster. You know, I was always like just making plays. So a lot of old cats that's probably in their 20s when I was probably like 12 years old, they started seeing like, boy, you gonna be something, you know what I'm saying? So at that time, I'm like, man, I'm just fucking around out here, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really trying to play no football because my grandparents had me into like outdoor shit like fishing and hunting. So I was really big into all that shit, like going trapping for alligators and turtles and shit, you know what I'm saying? So like football was like, I wasn't even worrying about that shit because it just came second nature to me. So I got to middle school and I played my first year, my 7th grade year, and then my 8th grade year, I ain't even play. I didn't want to play, you know what I'm saying? It was too easy. I was like, man, I ain't about to play that shit. Then when I got to high school, the guy that was in high school, his name, he went to Miami, Leron Bird. He was a receiver.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he went to my high school, and he kind of, when I came in, he was a senior, and I was a freshman. And everybody, you know, that should be buzzing around the little neighborhood, like, man, that nigga Blue gonna be the next thing, you know what I'm saying? So when I got in there, he was like, nigga, you gonna play or what? I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna go try out, see what it's hitting on. So I go out there. My first freshman game, they did like a toss right, you know what I'm saying? I did reverse field like some Reggie Bush shit. Reverse field, took that bitch to the house. And like every game after that, toss right, toss left, first play of the game to the house, you know what I'm saying? So I went from playing freshman to junior varsity to varsity, you know what I'm saying, as a freshman. So I was playing three games a week, you know what I'm saying, high school. So then after that, my sophomore year, went back, played. I was kind of behind the senior at the running back position, but they was kind of playing me all over, and then took off from there. Ended up taking his spot, and then my junior year, it was history after that. Made All-American and shit like that, and then
let the people know where you play high school football at.
Oh, Hornville High School. So we got a couple guys come out of there. We got the Landry brothers came out of there, LaRon Landry. We got Ryan Bird came out of there. We got me. It had a little dude that just recently he made it, but he made it to the league, but he ain't really paying out. His name was I forgot the little dude's name, but he was just recent. He was up there with Coach Miles at Kansas, Puka Williams. He ended up going to.
Oh yeah, I know Puka.
But he ain't really paying out like that. And then if you look at like my high school and my rival high school was Destrehan. So that's what Jordan Jefferson went, Justin Jefferson, Ricky Jefferson, Ed Reed, all those dudes. So we kind of like in the same little county, you know what I'm saying? But we went to different high schools because they got the Mississippi River that separate us. So they go, if you're on the West Bank, you go to Hornville. If you're on the East Bank, you go to Destrehan. So we had a couple guys that came out of the area, and made it big. You know what I'm saying? And like a couple guys we played against Freak at Old Perry Walker. I don't think I played against like me. I think he was gone. Played against Eddie Lacy. Played against Jarvis Landry. A couple of those guys. That was big, made it big and, had to go against them dudes in high school. But again, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the best come out of Louisiana. We got a lot of dudes down here, You got
pop that shit, Blue.
You know what I'm saying? You got Odell. You got a lot of niggas that made it out there and made it big, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I think sometimes you got to zoom out though, Blue. I know I understand Louisiana's the best, you know what I mean?
I'm just saying, man. You got some niggas that ain't come out this bitch. I'm talking about close knit. You gotta look at, if you act like me, like the River Parish, that shit ain't that. You talking about a 10 to 15 mile radius.
We got paid man. Stop playing.
That's what I'm saying.
You got 10, 15 mile radius, man. All that talent coming out of here, man.
I know how big the state of Florida is. Never mind, don't even worry. We ain't even gonna get in that.
Listen. Nah, hey, you gonna have that hometown effect and love for your state, man. But speaking of those great people that you face and all that, and I did it. We played in Huntsville one year when I was in high school, but like you said, that's around. I'm a little older, so that's around the LaRon Bird era. He was going crazy that year. You know what I'm saying? Definitely didn't have a catch against us.
Parallel, all them boys come out.
Yeah, Parallel. Yeah, you're right.
Man,
but coming. Yeah, Erie for sure. But coming from that background, and then like you said, you know what I'm saying, after your junior year, pretty much that shit, it sold it up for you. So you had to make that transition into college. How was that per se? Because like you said, you come from Boutique, and I don't know if I know them boys don't really know the area, but I do, you know what I'm saying? So like you said, it's close-knit, but at the same time, it's like any other place, you got your good and your bad, whatever. But how was that coming to like a spot where LSU, like you said, you faced a lot of guys that went D1 and stuff like that had big time, NFL careers. But how was that coming to LSU with fucking, everybody good, man? You come into a running back room where you got motherfucking Steven Ridley and, Jakari Gauls of the world and fucking Spencer Wells and shit. How was that, you know what I'm saying? You take us back to your freshman year and just, stepping onto campus and all of that,
And it kind of come from the background, right? Like, most of us grew up in that, that poverty area, like the hood, you know what I'm saying? We call it the hood. I grew right up down the street from the projects. Kind of like when you grew up in that hood, everything built off respect, right? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, nigga, your reputation is built off respect. If niggas respect you or not. So if niggas don't respect you on the street, if niggas punking you, if a nigga, you know what I'm saying, if a nigga don't go on you on the court, if a nigga school you out there on the field, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you got to get your respect back. I need my round, you know what I'm saying? So like that mentality for me was always like, ain't no nigga better than me, you know what I'm saying? Like I was the nigga out there that was being the bully, you know what I'm saying? Like, You ask any of my homeboys, like, we go play football, I'm gonna knock your fucking head off. You know what I'm saying? With dope pads on. That's what I'm looking for. You know, throw that ball up. I'm gonna knock your fucking head off. You go up to catch that ball. Niggas knew that. So niggas wasn't even trying to catch the ball. Basketball, but I'm gonna push y'all on the ground. You know what I'm saying? You know, street ball ain't no rules. They don't even call no foul.
But
You know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
say
saying? Even if
this.
you call it foul. Huh?
Hold up, Blue, because you know, thinking about it, bro, you had the right to do that too, because you know you always was a big motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember the first time I seen you, bro. Like I knew about Blue. I was a year or two older than Blue, so I knew about him after. You know what I'm saying? I knew they were recruiting him, and I went to LSU track meet. You know what I'm saying? And you was at a track meet. We was in the stands. I'm like, man, who this fucking 6'3" ass fucking, you know what I'm saying, mammoth of a nigga running on this track? And I'm thinking this dude a linebacker or some shit. Frank was at the track meet too. He's like, that's a running back. That's my boy right there. You know, you're my boy, Blue. That's basically what he was saying.
We was at the state championship for track
Yeah.
for 4x1 and 4x2.
Yeah.
We was
So,
down there for the state championship, but like the what you
but
get,
look, we ain't talking about that bullshit in high school. We talking about how that shit got to college.
I'm about to
Yeah.
tell you, I'm just
Let's
giving
get
you
to
a
it, bullet
backstory
man.
of my mindset when I came in LSU. You know, what I'm saying? It's just a backstory so
No,
you
I got
understand.
you.
Like
No, I'm
my
fucking with you.
mindset when I stepped in that door. So
Right.
we all know when I stepped in the door, I ain't looked back. You know what I'm saying? So when I stepped in, you know, I looked at before I came to LSU, I was looking at the situation. So what y'all had? Keenan Williams, Charles Scott, and Trent Holiday. There was 3 seniors that was leaving out. So all you had was Stephen Ridley. He was behind all them boys. He badly played. Then you had Richard Murphy. He stayed hurt. And then you had Michael Ford was a redshirt freshman. And then they brought in me and Spencer Webb. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, I'm looking at it like me and Spencer kind of even. Really, me and them boys kind of even. So, you know, talking to Frank, you know, Frank got that mentality, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm new here. I don't know them boys. I ain't coaching. So, you know, the sky's the limit. Whoever gonna show and prove to me that they deserve the spot, that's who's gonna be there. So, you know, that mentality. And you remember when we did the initiation and all that shit, I was about to fight the whole locker room up in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And then we had we did that practice. Remember,
Hey, chill. For the record, I don't know nothing about no initiations.
Oh man,
Never
nigga,
heard
this
of
nigga,
it.
man. But call Jack
Well,
Ferrucci
yeah,
and them,
go
man.
ahead.
I will whoop all them niggas today, you know? Hey, but anyway, hey, now Jai Eugene was another one from down here. But you remember that
For
practice
sure.
when Jai, when they gave me the ball, I ran over Jai. You remember that?
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Yeah.
that moment right there kind of
Shout out to
solidified.
Stamp, man. Shout out to Stamp.
That kind of solidified me as a freshman when I walked in, you know, going against the number 1 defense for LSU, and then running over their starting safety, and then boom, then left mine them like, oh, we got one. You know what I'm saying? From there, and that's why I started as a true freshman. You know, injuries kind of, you know, came up all that, but it was always a mentality thing, man. Ain't nobody was better than me. I feel like I could have played anywhere and had success. You know, I think that's the biggest thing for all of us, right? Is the mentality. Like, ain't none of us made it to LSU without the mentality of ain't nobody better than me. I'm gonna go out here and show you. You know what I'm saying? You line up and like T-Mac used to always say, it's one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Like I always looked at it like that. My one-on-one when we did linebacker drill, it's me and you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it's either me or you. I ain't going back in that fucking film room and listen to Frank holler all day. You know what I'm saying? So like when we did that, hey, I don't think I lost. If I go back in time, I don't think, if y'all remember, I don't think I ever lost a big cat drill. You know what I'm saying, Jacob?
Yeah.
Think about that. When Frank used to be in there hollering at Kenny and them like, man, what the fuck are you doing? You ain't not, I don't think I ever lost a big cat drill, son. Because it was just my mentality. Nigga ain't about to lose. I ain't about to lose. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want that shit on my conscience. Like, damn, man, you let this nigga beat you. Ain't nobody about to beat me. I don't care who get up there. Like me, none of them. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up, Blue. I don't know if you beat me, Blue. Fuck all that. I don't know about that.
I ain't think we went together.
That's what I'm about to say. I don't think we did.
Hey, I can guarantee you, whoever got up there ain't beat me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can say it.
Nah, it's a fact.
You spoke on the injury, so let's dive into that a little bit more. Let's speak on would you say the injury played a part on your mental? Like, how did that make your mentality going forward, being hurt. And I know you tore your ACL with 1 year with me when I was there also. How did you feel like that played a part with you?
It play a big part, man. I don't even think y'all know. I took my ACL my junior year. Y'all know that,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't even think y'all know the back. I went AWOL on the boys out there. I was about to get goals. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think y'all really knew. Like I had to go to counseling. I was telling Frank like, man, it's over, Frank. Frank like, nah, yeah. I said, I was a junior starting. I'm like, my whole mindset was like, I'm about to go pro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Fournette was always coming to the facility and shit. So I already know the game. They was kind of already playing that game with Spencer and Mike with me. That rotation shit, which wasn't a bad thing, but it was just like, how you go from a true freshman to, behind these dudes when you was in front of these dudes, everybody, I feel like everybody gonna have, they here for a reason. So you give them the opportunity, so everybody gonna have a little success here and there, you know what I'm saying? But I just felt like I was better than them dudes, you know what I'm saying? So when I had the injury, it was just like, okay, got the injury, then Jeremy Hill took all these people having their success, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, that's supposed to be me, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be me, like, about to go to the next level. And I was depressed, huh? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to class. I wasn't doing nothing. Them niggas was looking for me, son. I went all the way back home, son. I wasn't even trying to be on camp. I wasn't trying to be nowhere around them niggas. So what kind of happened was my mom and them, my dad and them brought me back up there, sat down with Frank and Miles, and they kind of they found a counselor, and I had to go to counseling like once a week. You know what I'm saying? Well, I was going every day, then it started going like once a week. But I was just kind of like focus on like just trying to get back. And then I think around that time, what gave me a little bit motivation, AP had tore his ACL the year before, something like that. And he came back and had that big ass year in the NFL. So that was kind of like my motivation, like, okay, if that nigga can do it, I can do it. So that was kind of the whole thing with that. But injury does play a toll on you. I feel like injuries in my whole career played a big part of like, success also. Cause like even when I got to the league, I felt like every time I was at that peak and I was about to have a breakout year, injury happened, you know what I'm saying? Even in the NFL, like my last year, I was feeling good. The coach was complimenting me. He was like, man, I don't know what it is. You got a different mentality. Your work ethic is different. Your condition is different. You know what I'm saying? Because I had it on my mind. It's the last year. That last year, that 1 year, they got to pay you that money. So I was trying to beat out the starter, which they had brought in Lamar, and then boom, we did a preseason. Well, we didn't even do a preseason. We did a joint practice against the Saints, and I remember I did a check down. They threw the ball, and had two linebacker conversion. And I took in, like, did a little stutter and juke to the left and then broke lateral to the sideline. I was about to, I beat them. They ran into each other, but your boy Cam Jordan came from behind and dove and fell on my ankle, gave me a high ankle sprain. And I was out like, the high ankle was like 8 weeks, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of fucked up my year right there, which I regret that because I should have never played that year. I played with a boot. I played with like a cast on my leg the whole fucking year. You know what I'm saying? And they don't. That's the one thing too. They ain't gonna reward you because you playing hurt.
Oh man,
So
they strike you down for that.
Oh yeah, you put that shit on film. Like they hassle you like, oh man, we need y'all here and all that. But you ain't rewarding me. You know what I'm saying? I go out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing, I'm playing about 70% with a fucking cast on my leg, belly. My fucking ankle stiff over here, but they don't care about none of that shit, son. So they just look at it like, oh, that's what he put on film. This is what we gonna offer him, league minimum the next year. So that shit kind of what you call it too on you, you know what I'm saying? So it does play a toll on you. It's a lot of just to jump ship, like, get to the league. That politics play a toll too, you know what I'm saying? Like they want their people to play, you know what I'm saying? That's a big thing.
For sure.
I didn't realize it till like you got to the league, like niggas really be like, you know, they scouts bring in niggas. They know this nigga. They might know his coach or something. Like, hey, they pushing this nigga in front of you. Like, he better, he this and he that. You know what I'm saying? So that was a big thing too. Like, I felt like, just my opinion, I felt like I had good success in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Even like coming in as a 6th round pick and playing behind Aaron Foster. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I did good, you know, but they look at the stats and stuff. But I felt like in certain situations, the coaches did other things, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody look at it different. Like you say, like when I was in my freshman year, right? The games I started, I produced. But my stats was like 3.1 yards, right? But why is that? Because when Aaron Foster was playing and I was behind him, in the 4th quarter, what you doing? 8 in the box, you're running the ball. Who they putting in? The rookie, you know what I'm saying? Hold on to the ball. Now you getting 0 yards, 1 yard. So now when you got a big average, now that shit just coming down, you know what I'm saying? That's fucking up your average. So, you know, they look at all that shit. And then, like, when it got time for touchdown and shit, Foster would go in and get the touchdown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that type of shit not talked about.
Huh?
I said that shit's not really talked about in today's world for real. How niggas get schemed out of situations. Like I done seen niggas non-sack.
They go scheming, man. Man, I can tell you, like, right now, like my draft class, when we went to that whole draft class, Jadeveon Clowney was #1 pick, right? So I was a 6th round pick. Everybody in between that draft class in their 3rd year got a new deal. Even they draft the fullback in the 7th round got a new deal. How you give? And me and Jadeveon is the 2 biggest niggas that's playing on the team.
What his name was? Prosh or something like that?
Jay Price.
Jay Price. I remember that boy.
You know what I'm saying? They gave this nigga a new deal and didn't even give me a deal. You know what I'm saying? They ain't re-signed Clowney. You know what I'm saying? We the 2 niggas that's playing the most. You know what I'm saying? That's making the success and doing everything, son. It was crazy, son. Because they didn't want to pay us. I don't know what the Clowney situation was, but for whatever reason, they didn't want to pay me. But it was told to me that the coach and the GM, it was Rick Smith. When I first got there, it was a black GM, and Bill O'Brien had got into an argument about who they wanted to play. And Rick Smith kind of told Bill O'Brien that, you know, give Blue the opportunity to see what he can do. And O'Brien was like, well, I didn't bring him here to be a starting running back. I brought him to be a special teams player. And it's kind of like all the coaches was like in disagreement with O'Brien and saying, listen, you might have brought him in to play this, but he's showing us this. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, give him the torch. Let's see what he can do. We can't lose nothing. Foster's out for the year. Let's see what he can do. Bill O'Brien refused. He said, I'm the head coach. I get to pick who I want to start, who I don't want to start. But it was kind of like, and then it was kind of like a pissing war. So they said Rick Smith told him, I don't give a fuck who you is. I do the hiring. I say he gonna play, you gonna start him, and that's what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So kind of right after that, it was like, you know, O'Brien trying to prove him, like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna tell me how to run my team type of shit. So he was doing everything in his power to replace me, but he never did. You know what I'm saying? Like he brought in the little dude, Pope. He brought him in. He brought in Lamar Miller. He brought in Deontay Foreman. All these guys he was trying to replace me with, but every time you look around, it was Blue starting. You know what I'm saying? When somebody got hurt, it was Blue who they called on. You know what I'm saying? To get it done. And every time I had to go in there and start, it got done. You know what I'm saying? So it was just one of those things right there. You know, your whole career you're dealing with that. You know, and you kind of deal with it like, well, damn, if I wasn't that good, why this nigga calling my phone begging me to come back? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Nigga leaving voicemails on my phone talking about come back. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's one of those things like you look back and you say like, you know, the gatekeeper, like it ain't a gatekeeper, but they really do be trying to hold guys down for low value to, you know.
All right, now that you said that, Blue, hold on. Now that you said that, dude, we got 1 minute and 51 seconds left. You got like little kids that be watching this, right? We got little kids that be playing, you know, playing football, playing basketball, and just chasing their dreams, period, in life. What would you tell them?
Right now, you know, chase your dreams, but with football, any sport, always have a backup plan. Like, you know, football is, you know, we say it stands for not for long. You know, that's with any sport because age comes with all of that. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's always gonna have an ending point. We just don't know when that ending point gonna be. You know, we don't know what type of success, how much money you're gonna make in that time frame. That's just based off of you in the right situation and right time. But to all the young guys out there, I would say, you know, always have a backup plan and be putting that backup plan in place as you're moving forward with your career. You know, understanding like if you're gonna be in real estate, you know, go get classes in real estate, get a realtor license while you're playing, you know, get a contractor license while you're playing, you know, partner up with people that has those things and educate yourself on that. If you're going to, you know, I would say also if you're going to make a lot of money, you know, during that time, you know, take finance classes, understand about your money, understand about investing, understand about the stock market. You know, you don't have to pay people to do those things. Even now, we're seeing like Lamar Jackson, right? You don't have to get a agent to negotiate your contracts. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to pay that 3%, 2% to those dudes just to go in there and talk. Your ability speaks for itself. So